Do you have any thoughts on your upcoming opponent, Dylan Tuke? I mean, I think he trains up in Scotland with Stevie Ray.
Mm.
Have you seen any of his fights, or are you just mainly focused on yourself?
Yeah, to be honest, I've known about Tuke. I think Tuke has been fighting professionally since 2016. So that was before I even made my amateur debut. So I knew about Tuke before I'd even fought myself. I've watched a couple of his fights. I've picked up on a couple of things that he likes to do, a couple of things that, he does automatically and stuff, but um, solely focused on myself more than anything. But obviously, I've got a game plan and strategy going into this. So
And where would you say he ranks in terms of your past opponents? Is he right up there? Could it be the toughest challenger you've had so far in your pro MMA career?
I think as a pro, he's definitely my toughest test as a pro. Um, I think I've took some amateur fights that could be a bigger test than him myself. Um, but yeah, as a pro, he's definitely the most accomplished fighter I've fought. He's a Bellator veteran. He's fought on Brave. I think he fought on Bame. So he's been around the block, and like I said, he was going around the block before I'd even made my amateur debut. So he's definitely a step up in competition. Um, but I don't think I'm out of my depth at all.
I was reading before I spoke with you the Liverpool Echo, and it said there was a comment from you where you mentioned you turned down offers from Cage Warriors, you turned down offers from
Mm,
Octagon. I'm just
yeah,
wondering, is there perhaps a hint of pressure now to deliver on the PFL stage now that you have turned down, organizations like that?
you know what? Like I get it. I get why I've been asked that question a couple of times. I get it, but I don't really feel the pressure, to be honest. I kind of feel like I'm meant to be here, and everything I've done in MMA before MMA has kind of led me to this moment. So I don't really feel the pressure of it all. I'm just really excited to actually get out there and show what I can do on that level and show that I'm actually one of the best in the world.
I know obviously you won't be looking past any opponent, but I'm just wondering, have you had a chance to see the rest of the roster in your weight division and whether you spot potential dangers down the line at all?
Yeah, there's so originally I thought that I would have been fighting the guy who was above me when the fight got announced, which is the Latvian guy, Chizov, I think his name is. So at first, like I said, I thought he was going to be my opponent. So I looked a little bit at him. I looked a little bit at a few others. I think there's some fights that could potentially be tougher than the rest. Um, but ultimately, I think the door's wide open for me to come in, show what I'm about, and take this 100 grand.
Can I ask what is it that you like to do outside of MMA, outside of training, something to just to wind down a little bit after training or something like that?
Mate, I don't do anything but train. I don't really have any hobbies, mate. I was literally born and raised into a family of martial artists. So what we did was go to the gym, knock each other's heads off, and then go home. So there's nothing I really do outside of the gym. Honestly, after training, I come home, I chill, I relax, and then I'm back out again.
So I know there's a Hughes Sports Academy, I think, in St. Helens. Is that part of your family? Is that part of your
That's
business?
that's actually my mum's that. My mum opened up her own academy, I think was 2018, 2018, I think it was. Yeah, she opened up her own gym there. Um, we've always had our own kickboxing academy. It was first in Prescott, but then my mum moved over and started her own thing. I used to help out there a lot, but now I'm just solely focused on my fight career. But yeah, um, my mum's been running that now for what was that, 4 years, nearly 5 years. So yeah, it's mostly kids. She's mostly teaching kids, and you know, who knows, they might progress further on themselves.
what is it about Liverpool in that area and combat sports? Because it's there's a lot of talent coming through. I mean, obviously Paddy the Baddy, but I was even speaking with Dean Garnett the other day, and he's got
Mm.
a gym over there, and he's getting good numbers. So, what is it about that part of England that's really into its MMA?
I think we're just bred different, lad. I think, a lot of people see us as kind of like an outsider city from the country, and we've always just been a fighting city. We've always had to kind of stand up for ourselves and what we believe in, and what we believe to be true. And I think, there's not Liverpool isn't poverty, but there's places where, you it's not the most wealthiest place. There's not You don't see loads of big houses and stuff. So I think I think we're just a different breed of people. I think, we've never really had anything given to us. We've always been kind of looked at as an outside city. And we're just stronger mentally. It's in us to fight, you know what I mean? It's in us to not stand down from anything. So I think, like, there's loads, like there's people coming in and out of our gym. I actually know Dean myself. I've trained with Dean a couple of times. And I think Liverpool right now, and you'll see it in the coming years, is like the mecca of fighting. You're going to see a lot more people coming through. There's a lot of people behind me waiting to come through as well and kick in the door. So you're going to see more of us throughout the years for sure.
I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about your kickboxing background. I think I was listening to an interview recently, and you mentioned you were a British, a European champion, a world champion. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your kickboxing background.
Yeah, so I originally started. My granddad was teaching traditional karate, Waichiru karate. That was started off in that, and then we started going more into the point fighting side. Like Michael Venom Page and stuff. He actually used to fight on the same team as my mum, so I'm quite close with Michael. Um, Started off there, was winning multiple British, European worlds. Like I said, my whole family done it. Traveled the world competing. Like this, people think this is my first fight abroad. It's not. Like I've fought all over the world before, not in MMA, but I've fought all over the globe. I've collected titles all over the globe. Um, Kind of done pretty much everything in that. I think I've won 14 British titles, a European title, and a world title, and then started getting in with like the full contact side, seeing what that was about. And like I said, with my whole family, we kind of travelled the world fighting and just winning titles. My mum was a 3-time world champion. My uncle was a 2-time world champion. Both Waco pros. My granddad pretty much started us from scratch. As soon as we started to learn how to walk, he had us in the gym throwing kicks and stuff. So I was very, I was very lucky, mate. Very lucky to be bred into the family that I have. And like I said earlier, I feel like all this has kind of been leading me to where I am now. So, I've got crazy support. I've got fighting in my blood, essentially. Like, I do feel like I am put here to do this, and I'm made to do this. So once I started going into the full contact side of things, MMA started breaking out, and then that was it. Then once I saw that, I wanted to get my hands on it, and I've always wanted to go down as one of the best fighters to ever live, and I don't think you can do that without doing MMA. So that was my motive towards it, and I did. I won. I kind of won every junior title you could get your hands on. So I think it was time for the move up.
That was really my next question about motivation. What gets you through all the trials and tribulations of being a fighter? But is it the money, the legacy, or being a champion? But I just sense it from you that it's in your blood, isn't it? Fine. I don't suspect that you would imagine yourself doing anything else, is there?
No, it's legacy for me, mate. Like you know, my family have done it for so long. I'm kind of the third generation. You know what I mean? It was my granddad, then my mum, my uncle, and now me. So I kind of feel like our family have been. I think combined over the years, if you combine my granddad, my mum, and me, there's over 100 years experience there. Um, I just feel like we've been involved in martial arts for so long, they've not really got the recognition they deserve, and the story hasn't been told. So I want to put the name on the map, and I say it. This isn't just about winning money or winning a belt. This is about my legacy. This is about the Hughes legacy. So that's my motivation. And not only that, like, I'm a young kid from Liverpool, and I want to prove to people that it literally is down to you. And if you want something and you work hard towards it, doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, anything, you can do it. Like, things are possible. So it's legacy. It's obviously wanting to be a world champion in MMA, also go down as one of the best to ever do it. But I'm kind of looking, I'm looking to inspire people, and I'm looking to show people that things are possible. And I've got 3 baby brothers looking up to me, as well as the rest of my family. So it's kind of proving a point to them, and showing me support right at the end of the day.
And just last question from me, Connor. Obviously Jake Paul is involved in the PFL, and there's a lot of, I'm just been doing an interview with some boxers earlier today. We were talking about, the influencer boxing, things like that. A lot of people seem to make a lot of money in the sport from social media, from talking. Obviously, I know it's an entertainment run business, but I presume like the beauty of the PFL is that no matter how much fuss you make on social media or wherever, as long as you keep on winning, you could not say a word and you can still progress to the very top, couldn't you? It's all about the
Exactly.
fight. Yeah.
Exactly. It's what it should be about. I get it. You got to sell the fights. You got to get eyes on. You got to put bums in seats and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're doing all that talking and you can't really back it up, or you can back it up against low level guys and not the top guys, you're just like everybody else, really, aren't you? But PFL is what they're doing now. Mate, it's huge. Like, it is massive for what they've done in the time that they've done it. How fast they're progressing, where they're taking things. The people coming in, the fighters coming in, Jake Paul coming in. It's huge, mate. And I think you see now a PFL are making a mark up there, and it would not surprise me in the next couple of years you're going to see PFL as the top organisation. Mate, they're doing massive, and to be the first lad from Liverpool in the tournament and representing the city, and it's a proud thing for me.
Thanks, Connor. Are there any sponsors or anything like that that you'd like me to mention, in the article or anything like that?
Yeah, mate, I've got loads. Taylor Technique, he's me sports therapist, physio, Paradise Travel, Mark Forever Tattoo. I want to shout out my team, the MMA Academy, head coach Jason Tan. Yeah, I mean, I could go on all day, but they're my main ones there.